I'm gonna live stream it. Let's see. I'm gonna live stream. Let's see. I'm gonna post it and then we're good to go. Okay, just posted it. All right, you ready?
Yep.
Well, hello everybody. This is Coach V. I am here with Coach McCroJ. How you doing, Coach?
Well, I just lost the championship game, so that was disappointing, but congratulations to Coach Dan and the Boise Potato Sacks.
Yeah, they have a great team. Um, yeah, how are you feeling after a game like that? That's just it's a tough loss.
I mean, it was a great game for about the first half. I saw somebody actually posted that on the NTT Season 39 thread,
Yeah,
but as they were saying, Potato Sacks pulled away in the second half, and big free throw difference was
yeah.
kind of did us in, I think.
Yeah, they got a great team. They got a great team. And so do you guys. I mean, that's impressive run. There's nothing to be ashamed about, a run that goes all the way to the Final Four and to the championship game. Obviously you didn't get exactly what you wanted, but um, it was still a really great game. And yeah, congrats for that. So, word has been leaking out that there is a new opening. Uh, yeah, so the word is now officially out that Coach Parkin 31, has retired as coach after 39 seasons in Green Bay. He is retired, and that you will be the next coach of Green Bay. Um, yeah, take us into that decision, Coach.
I mean, I think a big thing for me was just being able to compete in Conference 15 against coaches like you and Bobby and Tim Whalen, the coach of the South Bend Orcas. He's the coach that got me in the game, who showed me about it at first. I remember one time I probably was like 12. He was at our house and he was showing me this game he plays, and I was like, "Oh, I should start playing sometime." And he was like, maybe if you get good at it. And eventually I got good enough. And then he texted me, was like, there's an opening, you should apply for it. So even then I wasn't quite sure. And then I remember Bobby texted me like a couple days later and was like, you can't be the best unless you beat the best. And at that point I was ready to move to Conference 15 and compete daily against the best teams in the league. I can't hear you. I think you're muted.
That's great. So you are going to be the second coach after 39 years of Coach Parkin 31 um, in Green Bay. And actually, in Conference 15, in the history of Conference 15, we have only had um, eight 10 coaches. So you will be the 11th coach in the history of uh, Conference 15. And seven of those. So eight of them are there. So there's only, I think, three people that are no longer coaching. So it's a very hard place to get into. The jobs don't open up very often, but this one opened up, and yeah, you seized your opportunity. What well, yeah, what do you have to say about your legacy that you're leaving behind at Yakima?
Um, I mean, first of all, I just would like to say I know Bobby was leaking some rumors yesterday in a couple threads, and I wasn't happy about that. I wanted the team to stay focused before the game.
Hmm.
So I tried to do it right and not have any distractions during the season, but fortunately, sometimes things get leaked. And
Yeah.
I think at Yakima, as I said in my posts that I put up on the boards. I'm very grateful for the opportunity that I was given there, just as a fresh coach who had no experience. They gave me the opportunity to coach, and then we ended up being able to win a couple championships, and
Mhm.
that was really awesome. I'm very
Yeah.
grateful for the time there.
Yeah, three Final Fours in your time, two championships. You had an undefeated season, which is very hard to do in this league. Um, yeah, you got nothing to be ashamed of. Yeah, you leave behind an incredible legacy, and Yakima is in a much better place than when you took them over. Um, what do you think your biggest challenge will be stepping into Conference 15, stepping into Green Bay and the culture there?
I think just rebuilding a program that, from the looks of what I can see right now, all I can see is their magazine rankings and their stats, but it looks like a team that is lacking in talent. Their best class is their seniors, and other than that, all their classes are ranked in the 200s. So it's going to be a 4-year rebuild recruiting.
Yeah. Speaking of recruiting, what type of player is your first priority for a max scholarship in recruiting next year?
Well, I'd have to look at the team a little bit, and I don't know if Coach Parkin has done any recruiting this season and who will be brought in tomorrow. But I would guess, first of all, of course, we're going to look to get a point guard and a center. Those are the two most important
Yeah.
positions. It can be tough to do that in the same cycle. We'll probably go a lot of impact preference, obviously,
Yeah.
and try to do some local. Stay away from win until we have a couple NTTs under the belt. But I gotta look at the team before I know exactly what I'm going to be looking for, and I gotta look at what sort of players are available because I tend to try to recruit not based on need quite as much as the best player that I think I can get. So sometimes that can cause a little bit of roster problems, but I find that usually it's easier to have slightly unorthodox roster if you
Yeah.
have a bunch of talented players. So we're just going to be recruiting talent.
Yeah. Um, the Green Bay fan base, they've experienced a lot. They've only made it to four NTTs. They've never won a Conference 15 title. They've won one Conference 15 tournament. Um, what do you have to say to the fan base as you're coming in? What do you want them to know?
I just want them to know that this mediocre, I don't what's the word? Mediocrity that
Yeah.
has been going on at Green Bay, that will not be acceptable when I'm the coach. We're here to win championships and to do that as soon as possible. And I'll be putting in the time. I'll be giving everything I have to bring some championships and some wins to Green Bay. And all I ask of the fans is that they show up to the games and that they're loud and they're invested in what's going on with this program.
Hmm. Yeah. And then what do you have to say to your current players at Yakima? Like, do you have any parting thoughts for words for them or hey, what was your conversation like in the locker room after the loss today?
I mean, I really wish that there was some way I could bring them all with me.
Yeah.
Got
Transfer.
got some great guys on this team. Uh, Austin Kohler, we had a couple of rough years like 3 seasons ago. We're in the RTT, and he was through that. And then he had a great year this season. I just wish I could bring those guys with me, and that was the hardest part about leaving. It's why it took me a while to make up my mind because I have such
Yeah.
a great squad right now, and eventually I just came down to they're only going to be here for a couple more seasons, and
Yeah.
this might be one of my only opportunities I'll ever have to go to Conference 15.
Yeah. Have you thought about a new nickname for Green Bay?
I have thought about it a little bit, haven't decided on anything.
Yeah.
Um, I'll probably ask my siblings what they think, you know.
Yeah. I mean, the Gorillas is such a mainstay, but there's an opportunity with a new coach to kind of bring in a new opportunity. So, um,
And
what were
nothing
what?
nothing against the Gorillas, but we might want to rebrand just because the history of the team hasn't been the greatest. So
Yeah,
I'll
I mean, they're definitely in due for a rebrand. I can see that for sure. All right. Anything else you want to share with the fans with the DTL world?
just once again, congratulations to Coach Dan on the title,
Yeah.
and excited for signing day tomorrow.
Yeah. Well, we're excited to have you in Conference 15. I mean, this is big, big time news. News that's sure to be shaking League 31 for seasons to come. This is a big time get for Conference 15, and you've put the coaches on watch. I've already heard from a couple of them that were saying, "Oh man, I don't even know if I can do the PNTT anymore because James is coming. They know you're coming, and they're 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 nervous, but also excited for the opportunity to go against you each and every season."
Yeah, I'm excited to go against them too. Thank you for doing this press conference.
Yeah. Well, you have a great day, and we will talk to you later.
All right, see you.